So we now know that the team that was able to get John Klingberg convinced to sign with them is the Edmonton Oilers. Now, a lot of people and insiders and what I've seen in the hockey community have kind of talked about this like, this was a big get for them. I actually don't mind the John Klingberg signing from Edmonton's point of view. I think that it might work out for them, but I personally think that they absolutely need to add more. And not only do they need to add more, but they actually need to add an impact defenseman. Now, signing John Klingberg makes sense for them, but again, it just needs to be more, obviously. Now what did surprise me about this contract is John Klingberg got about $1.7 million from the Edmonton Oilers. I personally do think that's a little high. I would like that to be closer to maybe, league minimum contract, but I don't mind the actual bet from the Edmonton Oilers. Like, if he gets back to even 70% of what he was, he can absolutely add a lot of value to a team. But as I said, the Edmonton Oilers still need to add more. Now, Pierre LeBrun recently has dropped some very interesting news that the Edmonton Oilers they like that they got Klingberg, but obviously they do want to still add. Now, the unfortunate part of it, in my opinion, was that he said that it seems to be that they'll probably get more of a depth piece. So this is just my opinion, and Oilers fans, you can drop it below in the comments. I think that is genuinely a bit of a mistake, in my opinion. I really do believe that they don't need to get a top pair defenseman, but they need somebody that can play some minutes. I want somebody more than a fifth or sixth defenseman from Edmonton's point of view. I think that they need that. I think if they here's the thing, if Edmonton adds to their blue line a true top 4 minute muncher, and they fix their goaltending and add more goaltending depth, and I mean proper goaltending depth, I think that this team would be my Cup prediction. They made it all the way to the Cup finals last year, so I don't think that's an outrageous prediction at all. So, who do I have in mind that the Edmonton Oilers could go after? One would be Mike Matheson. Now, I know that's going to raise some eyebrows, but I think that he would be absolutely perfect for the Edmonton Oilers. He was a first-round pick by the Florida Panthers, actually, back in 2012. He's about 30 years old, and he's getting paid $4.8 million. So, again, this is going to raise some eyebrows. I understand it's a bit of an outside the box, but I think, again, this would just be perfect. I really do think that this player would push Edmonton over the top. And the best part about it is that he would be a UFA in 2026. So the Edmonton Oilers would get 2 playoff runs from Mike Matheson. Now, again, I'm a big fan of teams getting players that they can spend assets on, but those players at least stay around for more than 1 year. I think that's much better asset management than trading assets for an unrestricted free agent, and you get them for maybe a couple of months. I just really, really don't like that asset management from hockey clubs. That's just my personal opinion. This is why I've always been a fan of the Leafs trying to go out there and properly get a defenseman that, can stick around and make an impact on their team. I think that the Oilers should do the same here. And here's the thing. I would be completely okay with the Edmonton Oilers giving up assets. You need to be okay with this team giving up assets. They literally went all the way to the Cup finals last year. If this is a team that you're not willing to give up assets for, you got to shake your head. This is a team that should be giving up assets immediately for obviously the right player. Like, you have to entice the Canadiens to make that change. If you look at his average time on ice for the Montreal Canadiens, this guy is playing like 25 minutes a game. This is a guy that is consistently trusted by his coaches. I wonder if the Oilers could convince the Montreal Canadiens to trade Matheson to them for something along the lines of like Kulak, a 2026 first round selection, because Edmonton still has their 2026 first round pick, for Mike Matheson. I think that might be a little bit to ask for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm not really sure that they would do that. But I think that would be around the guts of the trade. I think Kulak's getting paid around $2 million, something like that. Matheson's contract is actually really reasonable. He's only getting paid like $4.8 million. There have to be a little bit of cap shenanigans there, I think. But I think that you could make something like that work. This would be the guts of the trade to me. Now, I know a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans are going to say, well, we don't really want to give up a pick or whatever. Guys, I'm gonna push back on this. You have to understand that you were so close to winning the cup last year. If you are telling me that you want to save assets, or you don't want to trade this player, you don't want to trade that player, you need to suck it up. You need to go for it. That's how close the Edmonton Oilers are to winning a cup. If you're looking at this team and saying, hey, we don't want to expend assets, that is ridiculous to me. Now, I understand with other teams, even the Leafs, because they lose in the first round every year, that you're worried about giving up assets, even though I think that they should still go for it anyway. You just got to go for it. If you make the playoffs and you think you got a chance, just go for it. So that's why I am an advocate for that from the Edmonton Oilers' point of view. He could take over Kulak's position. He could definitely play ahead of Darnell Nurse. I think that giving Darnell Nurse less minutes is always better. I think that Matheson is much, much better than Nurse. I think, yes, you're giving up a first-round selection. I don't know if Montreal would be okay with doing that, though. You might have to add some more high-value assets in there. I don't know what it would be. I'm just saying that this would be, like, if I was an Edmonton Oilers fan, this would be like my absolute dream for the team, to get Matheson and improve their goaltending and touch up their depth a little bit. I'm going to repeat this again. I just don't like the way I'm hearing some Edmonton fans. Like, again, getting John Klingberg might work out for you guys, but you don't know that for sure. You still have to be smart. You still have to, add the depth that you need to make this run. Because, again, you don't want to give up another year of not winning a cup, right? You just win again when you have a chance to go for it. Just go for it. That's always my philosophy. Anyways, I am going to leave this video there. If you could make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. And make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.